Hey guys, this is Kevin from JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in their comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and if you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the links in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, we would greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch from JazzTime.com once in a while. Today we're going to be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 41. This is the model number or reference number 126334. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. So jumping right into the dial, we have the silver index dial, which is one of the standard dial types that you can get on the Datejust 41. As it is a dress watch, there are a few other configurations for the Datejust 41. So if you're interested in the silver dial, you can see that beautiful silver dial with does have the sunburst style dial as well. You can see the sort of contrasting of the light with a higher against the darker as I sort of tilt it against my light source here. But if you're not interested in the silver dial, you feel like it's a little bit too plain for you, you want to do a little bit better, there also comes in a blue dial as well, and also dark rhodium. And if you're feeling you want to go a little bit more plain Jane, then there is also the white dial as well that does not have the sunburst style features, where it's just a nice flat white dial, sort of like a polar dial from a Explorer 2. Besides that, it also does come in a special slate colored green Roman slate dial with green Roman numerals all around. We actually do have the standalone video for that on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out on that specific color. Otherwise, you can also go more luxurious and get diamond hour markers that are fashioned in 18 karat white gold to prevent any tarnishing, and that's diamond hour markers in either the blue or black dial. But also you can get it in a mother of pearl dial as well if you want to go above and beyond. But the Datejust 41 is still a very simple watch, very recognizable, as it follows the same Datejust structure of the Rolex crown logo at the 12 o'clock position, made out of the 18 karat white gold. Index hour markers all throughout except for the 3 o'clock position, where it has the date window with a cyclops lens on top of that sapphire crystal for magnification, easier viewing of that date. The hour markers and the hands are fashioned out of 18 karat white gold, as I mentioned previously, is to prevent any tarnishing from happening on the watch. The white white indices and the tips of the hands are luminous, so that means this watch does glow in the dark for up to 8 hours with a highly legible chroma-light display with long-lasting blue luminescence instead of the green luminescence. So this watch will be easily readable during the day and at night as well. Moving on to the bezel now. The bezel is a very beautiful 18 karat white gold fluted bezel. This is the only other white gold portion of this watch. And you can see it captures light very nicely, as you'll see, sort of like the sunburst. It works in conjunction with it. Nice highlights with the lighting, but also you see the little glimmers of contrasting of the dark that really brings more of that shine out. If you're to be driving in your car and the sunlight were to be sort of beaming on this fluted bezel, you'll see sort of a disco light show on the ceiling of your car, and just looks absolutely gorgeous. This is also made in conjunction with the lugs of the watch, and you can see the casing. The lugs themselves are a very nice high polish to sort of frame the dial very nicely in that shine, and you can see from the side profile as well, nice high polish on the side, matching with the sides of the bracelet, and on the other side of the as well, with the crown on the 3 o'clock position with the Rolex crown logo on the crown itself there. As the name states, Datejust 41, it is a 41mm watch, so from my index finger to my thumb here, that's 41mm in diameter. Once again, I will show you the profile. You can see it's not too thick of a profile. It's actually one of the updates from the Datejust 2. This is a successor from the Datejust 2, and we actually do have a comparison video of that, the older style model, the Datejust 2 versus the 41. But the basic summary of it is that the lugs themselves, the bezel, the case sizing, all nice and slimmed down. So it doesn't feel heavy on the wrist, doesn't feel too bulky, doesn't sit too high off the wrist. Feels very comfortable and will sit under chest cuffs, suit cuffs very nicely and very easily. This is a very grab and go wear watch. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the crown now. So the crown functions are located here, 3 o'clock position. We're going to go ahead and unlock that by unwinding it counterclockwise as shown. And in the standard position, this is where you can wind the watch by going clockwise And all you need to do is about 15 to 20 full clockwise turns to get the watch started once more. And for the power reserve of that, we're looking at about a 70-hour power reserve. And we'll talk more about that towards the movement. But besides that, pulling out the crown to the next position. Actually, let me move the minute hand out of the way there. You'll be able to adjust the date instantaneously as shown, just by going clockwise, just very easily, very simple to use. And then pulling the crown out to the final position. We'll stop the seconds hand, or the hacking movement. You see the seconds hand has stopped right before the 6 o'clock position, and you'll be able to set the time bidirectionally and down to the exact second, such as to an atomic clock online. You can set it to that exact second timing. So pressing the crown back in will start that seconds hand once more, and always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight in against the case, as you want to keep the water resistance of this watch. This watch has a standard Rolex water resistance of 100 meters or 330 feet. One thing I did forget to mention, the crown is a twin lock and double waterproofness system, which helps give it that sort of water resistance of the 100 meters and 330 feet. Moving on to the bracelet now. So the bracelet is a 5-piece link Jubilee style bracelet. It has a nice high polish down the center, coming all the way starting from the bezel, high polish of the lugs, matching very nicely straight down the middle. And then the outer of the 5-piece links, the larger sort of half circular portions of the links, are nicely satin finished brushed steel to add that sort of contrast. They work very nicely together to bring out more shine out of the bracelet. It is interrupted, however, by the clasp, as the clasp uses a sort of sportier style looking clasp with the folding oyster clasp. You can see a nice high polish down the center, even on the Rolex logo, and then the satin finish. And then onto the other side of the bracelet, you can see a nice tapering from smaller to larger. And you'll see that same patterning of the high polish down the center, 3-piece links, and the satin finish in the outer 2. Of course, if you're not interested in Jubilee bracelet, this watch does come on a oyster bracelet as well, so that is an option. But one thing to mention is that for the Datejust 41 up from the Datejust 2, another thing that had changed is that they changed out the class. It used to be, or rather, the Jubilee bracelet wasn't even offered on the Datejust 2. This is new to the Datejust 41 line, where it has a Jubilee style bracelet, but they've updated the bracelet. Instead of being a full patterning of Jubilee, it's stopped by the oyster clasping now. And not quite sure about the change in design, but it's still very beautiful nonetheless. So we're going to go ahead and open that clasp now. You can see the Rolex name embossed on there, onto the high polish of the clasp blade. I'll show you from the other side as well. See that very nice curvature of the clasp will fit underneath your wrist very comfortably. So there's a high polish once more with the Rolex emboss. And we'll go ahead and close that up. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the movement now. The movement is housed in this oyster case backing. You can see a nice satin finish on the backing of it with a high polish around to border around it. The movement itself is an updated movement. It is a 3235 movement now. The 3235 movement is an in-house made perpetual self-winding mechanical movement. As I show you with the functions of the watch itself, we have the usage of the center, hour, minute, and seconds hand, instantaneous changing of the date, and stopping of the seconds hand for precise time setting, as I've shown you with the crown functions. The power reserve of the watch, I did mention, is a 70-hour power reserve, and it is an update from the previous movement, which was a 3135, which had a 48-hour power reserve. So we have almost a whole additional day onto that power reserve, and you'll be able to put this watch down on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Sunday afternoon. It'll be keeping time just fine, or a Monday afternoon rather, it'll be keeping time just fine. They've also updated a few other things, and one of the things they updated is that they added a high performance Paraflex shock absorbers, which is in-house made shock absorbers by Rolex, which they claim absorb 50% more shocks than the industry standard KIF shock absorbers. And of course, the oscillator is still a paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, which adds resistance against magnetism for this watch. Now let me go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist now. There we are. So you can see, very different change with the Jubilee bracelet. It doesn't really, I did like the previous style where it's just Jubilee straight throughout, but the clasp is still just a nice little touch to it. I still think it is a good step in the right direction. And there is the watch on my wrist. I do have average man size wrist. This is a 7.5-inch standard. And you can see a little bit of wiggle room there. You can see that beautiful silver dial, the sunburst. You can see that sunburst working very beautifully. You can see the contrasting of light down from the center with the sort of lighter shades of that silver area, and in conjunction with that fluted bezel Looks very beautiful. The high polish just looks absolutely gorgeous, making this dress watch really pop. So if you're interested in this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website at jazztime.com, where the lowest price is guaranteed. We offer a 1-year warranty. And if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.